Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right in my life. It's never a wrong time or a crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time in my life. Coffee time. Feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on. Time in my life. Coffee time. Feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Another day. Look, the Lord has kept us. A lot of these things my grandmother would say, and I didn't quite understand it as a boy. Now that I've become a man, I've lived through a few days, been through a few things. I understand clearly what she was talking about. So it's another day's journey, and I'm glad to be in the land of the living. Glad that I was on the wake up list this morning. And I'm glad that, God didn't give up on me, but he kept me. He covered me. He blessed me. He forgave me. Then he turned around and beat my enemies for bothering me. What a mighty God. What a mighty God we serve. So it's really a beautiful thing to be in the land of the living. Do me a favor, invite somebody to share. As you can see, in case you did not know, Coffee Time is sponsored by A Taste of Miami. So you need to, hopefully you all are still doing the things that are correct for you and your health. You need to take your CMOS. Yeah, I get it from A Taste of Miami, 1440 Dunn Avenue. So make sure you are taking care of your health. There are people still dying of COVID-19, regardless of what's going on in our world. There are people still dying of COVID-19, and there are some things that we can avoid if we do the things that are right. Make sure you're still spraying your disinfectant, washing your hands. You need to take that CMOS or your vitamins. A healthy immune system is going to be your best dog in the fight. So I want to dive right in. Let me do my good mornings. Tarisha Lockett, Tina White McPherson, T. Berry, Michelle Byers, Erica Austin. I enjoyed you being on last night. Erica, Rhonda Oliver, you missed a treat. Janice Lady Parker, Lynette Lil Walcott, Nancy Brown, Buck Matchmaker of Real Estate, Tamula, Tanya Thomas, Dewan McIntyre, my beautiful little baby cousin, Evelyn Nicole, and Susie Atkins. Good morning. Good morning to all of you beautiful people. So my topic this morning is a little different. Why Black Americans are laughing at the disaster on Capitol Hill. Well, let's jump right into it. Do we think it's funny? Yes, it is. It's funny in a, not literally speaking, but figuratively. It's funny how you have a bunch of MAGA, Make America Great Again people who decides to riot. There are some things that I kind of want to throw out there. I have information that was given to me from persons that were there. And then this information was verified on a few videos. First and foremost, those people did not stampede the Capitol. The barriers that were set the Capitol Police removed them and let those people in. Let's start there. So you have the commentary that is going to be played out on the media where they control the narrative. But those people did not break the barriers. The barriers were removed by the police. The police let those people in. Now, I don't know what the cause was behind it, but before they got into the door of Capitol Hill, the police tried to stop them. One video shows a black man who was in uniform. He didn't want nothing to do with it. He got out of there. Hey, let me tell you why. It's not our fight. That's one of the reasons. It's funny to us. It's not our fight. This United States of America put this man in office. Donald Trump is a terrorist. He is. He's a terrorist. He's a narcissistic terrorist. And he told these people to stand down and stand by, insinuating that this was coming. 4 people were killed on Capitol Hill. 4 people. 4 people were killed on Capitol Hill. My heart and prayers go out to their families. But what did you think was going to happen? There's a video on my page. They interviewed one young lady, and she got hit in the mouth or something, pepper sprayed, and they asked her, "Well, why did you break into the Capitol?" And she looked at them very sincerely and said, "It's a revolution. What are you thinking?" Because they're standing for their cause. The interesting part, and why Black America is laughing at this whole debacle, is a few months ago, Capitol Hill was full with the National Guards, FBI, every law enforcement in D.C. took their post and their place to guard their sweet America. And they wanted to guard their sweet America because they thought Black Lives Matter, which they call Black Lives Matter a terrorist group, and it is not. Not saying that the organization doesn't have their own agenda, but when we were marching because we're being killed. We're still being killed. In great numbers. We're not marching to cause trouble. We're marching because we're trying to preserve our Black son's life, our Black daughter's life. We're marching because you're killing us. We're marching for equality. We are marching for a cause. Now these white folks on Capitol Hill they're marching because they don't agree with diplomacy, with the things that America has put in place. Now here's the trick. America moves, and she never has Black folk in mind. America moves to protect its white property. America moves to protect its sacred agenda. America moves to protect, cover, and hide its racist hands. This America allowed white supremacists, neo-Nazis, to parade in the streets with AK-47s, guns loaded. This America congratulated these neo-Nazis and white supremacists and called them great people, and had law enforcement in place to give these great racist people the opportunity to march for their cause, and they were loaded with their own weapons. Then when black people marched for the savings of our own life, for equality, for law enforcement to stop killing unarmed black people, 45, his camp, ordered that tear gas be released, smoke bombs. They beat up black people. We didn't have guns. We were peacefully protesting. And look, the buildings that were on fire, they have the footage. It was done by white folk posing as black people, because they wanted to stage, this is the reason you cannot trust black folk. Now this stuff happened in 2020. This is America today, not yesterday. White people were blowing up buildings, setting cars afire, shooting guns in the air. And as usual, black people got the blame. Now, you may not agree with our cause. You may not even agree with the way that we do things, but you have to agree. Black people have done nothing but bless this country. We built this country. Most of the designs and inventions in America were created and invented by black people. And the only thing that we've ever been fighting for is equality. We're not even asking for you to do us no favors. We will work for what we get. We just want equality. So, black America, myself included, was on the floor laughing yesterday. Literally laughing. Then I look out in the audience on Capitol Hill, and I saw one of you Negroes. I saw, it's always going to be one. What is he doing there? We don't have a dog in the fight. This is white racists against white racists. The debacle that happened on Capitol Hill is a mirror of what America is and has always been. America will always move the cheese when it comes to an inconvenience of what she believes she should have. That is the substratum of white privilege. America will change the laws to cover herself. This is why Kareem Brown can go to jail for just about what 80% of Capitol Hill is guilty of. Because, and when the story is told, the narrative is always painted that we are thugs. Well, you got an opportunity, America, to see who you really are. And you can't tell me, I don't care what y'all say, can't tell me that God's hands is not on black people. Because no matter how many times you slay us, we still rise. God's hand is on black people because he created us. God's hand. And black folk, let me tell you something. Don't you be discouraged. Don't you be dismayed. God's hand is on us, and we will get what we're supposed to have, and God's going to see to it that we get it. Let me tell you how. As much as white America hate, and when I say white America, I mean the majority or the representation of what white people are in America. That is not to include every white person, because white people helped us on the Underground Railroad. White people have been a friend, some of them, to black folk throughout history. So I want to be sure that I say I do not believe all white people are racist, just like I don't believe all black people are criminals. But for what America represents, how America was founded, if you do your history, it was founded by racist white folk. And what white America has done, they've hated us forever. Listen, don't think because the civil rights movement, remember, we are the only heritage of people that have been slaves in America, black folk. We're the only one that have been slaves in America. We went from slavery to segregation. And because laws were passed, don't you think those laws were passed because America had a change of heart? No. The economy started failing during segregation, and Dr. King led the civil rights movement. They aggressively attacked the economy. They stopped spending. The city, every city run its budget through its transportation services. A good way to shut a city down is withdraw your money from supporting sanitation and transportation, then pull your money from businesses who do not support black folk. So Dr. King and the civil rights movement, they hit the economy, which forced the government to put certain laws in place. So America did not have a change of heart. They changed their hand. So instead of putting white sheets on and pillowcases to let you know straight up we're the KKK, they took those white sheets and pillowcases and exchanged them for business suits. And those business suits now sit at the head of banks, restaurants. Those white suits are on city council. Those white suits are in the mayor's office, the sheriff's office. They changed their clothes, but they didn't have a change of heart. And what we are seeing now, we're seeing the manifestation of heart that was never changed. And this is why black people are laughing. We are laughing. We're laughing because we noticed that no bullets were fired. Nothing was done until a black woman, who's the mayor of DC, ordered the black police chief to get order and take control of the Capitol. Here's the other thing. The Pentagon denied the request for the National Guard to come and secure the premises at Capitol Hill. That's white folks standing up for white folk. So the reason we're laughing is we see how you protect your own. We see how you protect the thugs that climb wall, busted out windows, went into the Senate floor and were able to do whatever they want up under the protection of white America. That's why we're laughing. We don't care. We are happy to see y'all act like monkeys. Because this is how you have done us since we've been here. We're happy to see you act the fool. Colin Kaepernick took the knee in protest of black folk being killed. White America got mad and said it's a disrespect to our flag. Well, those thugs that broke in Capitol Hill yesterday, they had your flag wrapped around their neck. They had their MAGA hats on. They had the United States flag wrapped around their necks as they were trespassing, looting, loitering, breaking an entry. All of these are against the law that America made and put in place. Looting, fighting. They were standing against the blue. You remember the blue, don't you? Just a few months ago, when we were trying to get you all to see Black Lives Matter, you said Blue Lives Matter. And they do. The strange part is I don't hear anybody talking about all the blue lives that were threatened yesterday. Where you at, white folk? Where are you? Why aren't you standing up for what you stood up for just a few weeks ago, just a few months ago? We've got to respect the blue. Blue lives matter. But you play by a different set of rules when it's you. And we're laughing because we see how you change your hand. We're laughing because you're making a mess out of yourself. We're laughing because the things that you said you really believe, you don't. America has been, is a hypocrite when it comes to how they deal with themselves. Now, let me say this to my black brothers and sisters, to my Caucasian brothers and sisters who stand with us. I'm going to say this again. You better be careful who you stand with. One of the things that this 45 White House has exposed is it's exposed the hearts of people who've been in hiding, and they've very secretly have overturned policies to help us. We're able to see who stands with us and who's against us. I need you all black people. I need you to take notes of who stands with your oppressor. 45 hate all y'all. 45 has done nothing but aggravate and perpetuate the evil that has always been in America and given it permission to manifest. I was reading some of the comments about Capitol Hill, how people are shocked and what a sad day in America. What? Sad day in America? Emmett Till is a sad day in America. I dare not give more sympathy to what happened on Capitol Hill and what happens every day in Black America. So yesterday was one of the saddest days in America? Why? Why was it sad? Because it was exposed, we were able to keep it, get it on camera? Every day in America is sad. Every day in America is sad. when black people who built this country work. Our grandmothers have slaved in this country where we are not granted equality. Every day is a sad day in America. Every day that black people are not given a fair chance, every day that black folk are not given equality, every day is a sad day in America. Yesterday was just a column in the funnies. And here's the reality. When you got to see the level of evil and satanic culture that has been hidden in the heart of white America. When they could not control us or overpower us, they slid their agenda in Christianity. It's about to get ugly. They change how Jesus looked based on how he was described in Revelations. They changed how he looked. They handed us a European Jesus. They started playing with the scriptures and adding stuff like, each slave obey your own master. They took that part of the scripture that is not in the original Bible. They started adding stuff in our Bible. They start preaching in our churches. They preach one nation under God. They preach unity. But their actions show they're not for us. The black dollar in America is the strongest dollar in America. And if the black dollar is removed, the economy would fail. And a lot of the black dollar has gone to build white churches. Kenneth Copeland, Jitsine Franklin, Paula White, Joyce Myers, Pat Robertson, and the 700 Club. Black dollars, the word network, TBN. All of these supposedly Christian organizations have been built at the expense of black folk sending in their money only for you to stand and tell the world that God told you Trump was going to win a second term. And you're Trump supporters. And Trump is against abortion. And Trump stands with Israel. No. It's a whole lot of stuff that goes on with these white evangelicals, these white churches, these churches in Jacksonville. Y'all check out who they're standing with. Don't keep giving your money to a church who does not defend your kind, who manipulates this gospel of peace to praise a dictator, a narcissistic dictator, to try and keep him in office. And here's the other thing. With you black folk. You go to these white churches, you have your white pastor that sing Kumbaya, but when black people are in trouble, they won't even use their voice to try and help us get what we should have. And you stand with these white pastors, you stand with these white organizations, you stand with these white people, and you're singing Kumbaya and we are one in the spirit. We are not one, because we are not the same. We don't even stand on the same side of justice. In reality, if you don't use your advantage to help my disadvantage, you're not standing with me, and I will not stand or support anybody that stands with my oppressor. I've been taking names. I'm going to do a whole show. We're going back on network TV. I'm already syndicated with Sony, and I've been taking names. I have control of my own brand. I have control of my own show. I own my content. I have my own producers. We are self. Because of y'all, We've got the power to do some damage and expose some folk and bring the truth to power to let the nation know that you don't fool us. 700 Club TBN talking about your unity. You're not united with us. You're not for us. We're going to build our own. We're going to get our own networks. We're going to have our own Christian shows. Because what America has done, they've done the same thing that they did in slavery and civil rights. When they can't control us on the external, then they come in the church and they try to use the kingdom of God as an opportunity to establish their racism and their control. This is why I need your support. I need your money. I need you to tell people about Coffee Time. We're not taking any prisoners. We're going to stand for what's right, regardless of who's wrong. And we're going to expose the plot and the plan of how white people do us. And we sit up in their churches and support their systems and their agendas. And we give our money and we mail it in only for them to stand with someone who hates us. It's a whole list of them that stand with Trump. Here's what I need you to do. I'm going to give you a homework assignment. Don't take my word for it. If you want to know who these white folk are that put on their robes and baptize your babies, lay hands on you and call you brother, sister, but turn around and stand with your oppressor, go Google evangelicals for Trump. You're going to be shocked at who you see. Google it. Google it. And let me throw this out. Because there's a generation of people who believe that we're not supposed to mix the gospel of Jesus Christ with politics. You a lie. The gospel runs politics. God told Moses, God told Moses, tell your president, Pharaoh, to let my people go. Don't tell me God ain't in politics. When in the Old Testament, the elders ruled at the gate, the elders of the church ran the country and the city. They were the elected officials. Don't tell me God ain't in politics. When he told a disciple, go down to the banks of the river, hey, pay your taxes and pay mine. Not only is God in it, he stands against anybody that stands against who he called. I need your support. Listen, I'm not even halfway finished. We've got to do a better job with removing our cash flow from anybody that does not stand with us. Anybody that does not stand with our cause. Anybody. I don't care who they are. White churches, black folks, stay away from the Southern Baptist Convention. The SBC, they ain't for us. This is why I need your support, your financial support. The Cash App is on the screen. I need your help as we expand what we do. This our year. We're going to do some things we've never done before. I need you to do it. I need you to stand with me. I need you to go with me. Y'all go to these white churches, you sit in their pews, you amen and hold their kids, you work and you serve, and they use your life, they use your gift, they pay you the money. They're not for you. If they're not standing in Capitol Hill, if they're not using the advantages that they have to bring you equality, they're not for you, they're not with you, and you shouldn't stand with them. I'm glad God chose us to do life together. That's Coffee Time for this morning. Listen, without your ears, I don't have a voice. You make this possible, and I appreciate your support. I need more of it. I need more of your financial support. We've got shows and production teams that we're lining up so we don't have to use the government money, and we can keep our message pure. I need your help. Remember, you were born to win, predestined to succeed. There's nothing that can happen to you that the wisdom on inside of you is not able to handle. But you got to calm down, slow down, be quiet, let wisdom speak. When wisdom speak, you're going to always win. The Cash App is on the screen. Do that. Go have a productive day. And black folk is laughing at America because we see your double standard. America is a witch full of deception and poison and always trying to keep black folk down. But let me tell you something. God is raising us up. That's why we're in the White House. God is raising us up. That's why we are the mayor. Go, Keisha. That's why God's you can't keep us down. Y'all have a great day and remember to think higher, speak life. Peace out. Be prosperous. Be blessed. And don't believe what them folk telling you. God's for you.
Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right in my life. It's never a wrong time over crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time in my life. Coffee time feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.